Nick Hudson here. Hello, I want to talk to you about Derren Brown and his production Infamous that I saw last week at the Palace Theatre in London's West End. It's part of Derren Brown's extensive UK tour, and every summer he treats London to one of his one-man shows. It's not a musical, but as we said last year when we talked about Derren Brown, he is inherently theatrical, and I think he goes down, in my opinion, as one of the greatest showmen in the world to demand or command this stage really for 2+ hours, just him, with 2,000 audience members to help him, albeit. He really is a tour de force of pure theatricality. This year's show, Infamous, marks Derren's collaborative reuniting with Andy Nyman. Andy Nyman is the director of Infamous, and he was also the director and star of Ghost Stories, which played at the Duke of York's Theatre a couple of years ago. Andy Nyman is, of course, very, very theatrical as well, and I think compared to Svengali, which we saw last year, in which Andy wasn't involved, Infamous turns more theatrical this year, and it certainly is gory at certain points, moving at certain points, very funny at certain points. And for those of you who don't know who Derren Brown is, he is a mental illusionist. Now, we've always sort of touched on magic on this show because it's certainly an interest of mine. Derren Brown is able to look at someone in the audience and tell them what their cat's name was, or something like that. So he takes that idea and really plays on it for 2 hours, culminating in one of the most fast-paced finales I've ever seen in my life. It makes You Can't Stop the Beat from Hairspray look like molasses. You really have to see the show to understand what I'm talking about. So unfortunately, Derren Brown said to the press who were there that night, "Don't reveal anything." So I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave you with whet your appetite for Derren Brown, in my opinion, the greatest showman in the world, as I'm glad he hasn't buggered off to America to do one-man shows in Vegas, because he could very easily do that. But we're very lucky as Brits to have him come back every summer and delight us with a new show full of surprises. This show is not suitable for those under the age of 12 years old. You'll see why in one scene, and the theatricality is kind of upped from the very minutes before the show starts, really, when the announcement says, "If you feel sick at any point, do look away and you'll feel better within a couple of seconds." That certainly applies to one section of the performance, which had audience members gasping and choking and, not feeling very well. So Derren Brown is playing at the Palace Theatre Monday to Saturday evenings at 7:30, and for more information visit www.palacetheatrelondon.org/tickets. Enjoy, you will. And a friend of mine whom I took to see the show didn't know much about Derren Brown. She left a complete convert. So please go and see Derren Brown at the Palace Theatre and let us know what you think. We are on Twitter at twitter.com/musicaltalk or Facebook at facebook.com/musicaltalk. Thank you very much and have a lovely week. Bye-bye.